You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for Monday, September 23rd, all the way through Friday, October 4th. Alexis is scared. Heather is hopeful, and Holly may actually be helping out for a change. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to dive right in with the spoilers for Monday, September 23rd. Molly is talking to Dex. They're at a bar. She's telling her the universe is trying to tell her something. I'm interested to see what that something is. Is it that Christina didn't kill Jagger and that Sonny did? Because I think we all know that at this point. Gio has a talk with BLQ at the Quartermaine mansion, and she threatens him if he repeats anything that she said. Curtis offers advice for TJ on not giving up on something that you love. And Liz is voicing her doubts and concerns to someone, possibly to Rick, and possibly about this Heather drug test situation that looks like it's gone hinky. Carly spends some time talking to Jack Brennan at her restaurant, Bobby's Diner. Things are very charged, and he is telling her things and people are not always as they seem. I think he's trying to sell her on, maybe I'm not that much of a villain, even though it looked like I was going to kidnap you, but, bygones. Portia loses her temper with Terry for rehiring Brad Cooper. And I just can't think that Portia knows too much about Brad. They didn't really overlap, but with Brad there, that raises a lot of questions about who exactly is test tampering. Tuesday, September 24th, Chase and Dante have a disagreement. They are definitely butting heads, and it's got to be about this Jagger shooting case. Alexis is the top suspect, but Chase can't really ignore the fact that Dante's dad is a mobster who hated him and, have gun will travel and all that. Diane runs interference for someone on Tuesday. TJ goes to his Aunt Stella and opens up to her. I'm guessing it's the same topic of conversation that he was getting advice from Curtis about. And Carly and Sonny get together for a strategy session. She is playing a fool's game by being his alibi. We'll see if she's pushing back. And Alexis has a very frank and intriguing talk with her new lawyer, Martin Gray. You guys notice with the beard and all, his face looks so much skinnier without the beard. And when he shaved it off, I guess the accent went with it. So a lot of people miss his accent. I thought it was way overblown. Me, from having Southerners in my family, it was a little over the top, but it is what it is. He's just normal old Marty now without his shucks accent that he had. Wednesday, September 25th, Christina and her dad, Sonny, have an emotional discussion, and I'm sure she is worried sick about Alexis. She's got to know that her dad shot Jagger, right? I mean, seems like most people in Port Charles should know it. Sidwell has lured Anna and Jason back to his camp because he knows something is going on between them, and he makes a very high stakes offer, and those stakes might be life and death. Sam stops by to see Carly. I can't imagine that's going to be a pleasant conversation, since Sam is quite certain that Sonny is the shooter, and the only reason he's not in lockup is that Carly gave him an alibi. Meanwhile, Molly has a meeting with her mom's lawyer, Marty. That should be a lot of fun. And Jordan has more time with Dr. Isaiah Gannon, and she opens up to him. Thursday, September 26th, Lucky gets some crushing news. I believe at this point, probably Jason and Anna get the opportunity to talk to him. Maybe they're all in the same cell, unless it's Holly that delivers the news. But it looks like he finds out his sister Lulu is dying, and that's why Jason and Anna are at the camp. They're trying to get him out so he can donate part of his liver. Stella and Tracy spend some time together. I love their scenes. Looking forward to this. Ned gets some shocking information, and Drew interrupts Willow and Michael. Friday, September 27th, Tracy is gloating, and I don't know if this is about the Cody and Sasha thing. That whole thing seems so weird. I'm trying to figure out exactly who she's advocating for. She acted like she was worried about Sasha, but she spent a lot more time with Cody. Now, I don't think she has a crush on him like Mac was worried about, but maybe she sees something in him. I don't know, but I don't think it's romantic, but I hope she's not gloating about something going wrong with them. Lucy has a very interesting talk with Natalia Ramirez, who is the CFO of Deception right now, and she's going to give her a little history lesson. Tracy has made it very clear she doesn't like Lucy, she doesn't like Sonny, so I'm guessing the history lesson is going to be about one or both of them. It should be pretty eye-opening for Natalia. And Carly is back with Brennan by Friday, but this time they're over at the WSB office. They are looking at a monitor on his desk, and they are both looking a little stressed out. So that might be a view of the goings-on in Kenya, maybe some kind of satellite footage of something. Diane has a date with Robert, enjoying a night out on the town, and Holly takes a gamble and makes a big move. Hopefully it's to get Jason and Anna and Lucky free of Sidwell. Maybe she can grab her bracelet and they can make a run for it. That takes us to the week of September 30th through October 4th. And it does look like Lucky maybe won't be home by October 4th, but he should at least be headed in that direction by the time the 2 weeks we're talking about are done. I do worry that that brutal beating he took has damaged his liver, or his tests aren't going to be good enough, or by the time he gets back, Lulu's going to need a whole entire liver. Speaking of Lulu, her family is very worried. Her test results are continuing to decline. Dr. Gannon, aka Lucky's friend Isaiah, is going to be on the GH staff soon. Remember, they were just talking about staffing shortages, and literally a transplant doctor fell into their laps by getting run over in Port Charles down in the Pine Barrens. And they're going to hire him soon, and he should be working on Lulu's case officially. Dante and Carly are going to be absolutely frantic soon. Marty is absolutely determined to win Alexis's case, but I'm wondering how long it is until he figures out the man paying the bills for his legal services is the real culprit in this federal murder case. Carly is very worried when she and Brennan are checking out that screen. She knows that Jason and Anna are there trying to get to Lucky. Hopefully Holly will save them all, because in addition to Jason, Anna, and Lucky coming back to Port Charles, Holly is back with them too, which should cause some problems for Robert and Diane, who just had their romantic night out. Hopefully they'll make it back without a Sidwell assassin on their tails. Drew gets closer to Nina, who has offered him this basically political companionship offer to show up at his events and help him come from, his poll numbers aren't looking as good, and Nina is working an agenda to help him, but also to keep him away from Willow. Drew is definitely trying to work an agenda to keep himself away from Willow. But then when he told Willow at the Savoy the other night that nothing is ever going to happen between them, she looked a little put out by that. So I'm very curious to see which of them breaks first, because we know something's going to happen. And there should be more questions in these 2 weeks about what exactly happened with Heather's blood work in the GH lab, since independent lab tests prove or seem to heavily indicate that the test was tampered. Brad, who's a top test tamperer, is back in the lab, but Portia had that vial of blood, and we know she did not want those results to come out in Heather's favor. Are these two going to wind up conspiring? They do have shared goals in this matter. Rick should be able to offer an encouraging update to Heather soon based on those independent lab tests. And although Liz has friend zoned him, I do not expect Rick to give up on her. And I'm very curious to see more of this Alexis and Heather dynamic in Pentonville. Are they going to bond, or are they gonna bicker? We will see. Those are all of our 2 week spoilers. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Please drop your comments. Please subscribe. Please come back soon. I'm here talking General Hospital with you 7 days a week.
thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.